Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of HairTube. I'm here today with Manuella.
Hey guys.
Manuella is new to Australia. She's from Colombia. She's been here for about 12 months.
Yes, more than 12 months.
More than 12 months. She's studying business here at uni, and I met her in Sydney last week, and she's come in today to have a haircut. And you know what she said to me? She goes, Adam, I don't care, you can shave my head. I was like, we're not going to shave her head. However, what that indicates to me is she's beautiful, confident, and ready for change. And I explained to her that it's not just about cutting her hair short and shaving her head. It's really important that we give her a short haircut that's beautiful. I don't believe that you should give ladies masculine haircuts. I know there's some women out there that like their haircut really short and sharp and quite strong, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me as a hairdresser, even when the hair is super short, you can still make it beautiful, and you do that by just leaving a little bit of softness here and there. So I haven't really put much thought into what I'm doing because it's a blank canvas. So
I'm excited.
We're going to talk about the whole process right now. So I'm going to spin you around. Could you do me a favor and just pull your hair out from behind your ears? So it's been cut into a cute little bob. Obviously, someone's cropped your fringe off. How do you like your fringe?
Oh, I got used to it. I don't really care.
When did they do it?
2 weeks ago.
Wow, it must have been really short. So there's micro bangs, and then there's Manuella's fringe. So that's really short. It's cute. I like it. I actually dig it. We might run with that. So let's spin you around. So this is pretty cool. Whoever done that, if you're watching this video, love it. We've got this nice little detail in the back. We're going to cut this much shorter. We'll spin all the way back around. You got beautiful face geometry, so I think we can do anything. I really like this pulled back quite tight because I think that it actually shows off Manuella's cheekbones. So the back's definitely going to come off. You made a comment about being worried it'll stick up.
Yeah.
So have you had your hair really short before?
Yeah, sure.
So you know that it sticks up?
Not really.
No, because I don't think it will, but seeing as you said that, we probably will proceed with caution, I'd say. Really important to listen to the information that your clients give, because they may be sharing something from a previous experience and you might not agree with that. You might think, no, I don't think it'll stick up like I said, and then you go and cut it like, it sticks up. So we're going to use that fringe as a guide, but I'm thinking that maybe we can have some softness coming over. We can be quite creative. I just don't want to go and make it all one length and do something sort of classic in terms of the shape, so we might try and do something different. I think this can be the softness that we leave. Definitely want to do it tight in the sides though. The tighter we do this, the more her cheekbones will jump out. So that's a given, that if she's wearing that behind her ears, that already tells me that she loves it off the face, so we'll get rid of the back. And I'll sort of just go with it in the front. I'll see what's happening on the top and the front, and we'll be creative and we'll talk about it as we do it and see what we come up with.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, time to go over the base and we'll be back. Okay, we're back from the basin, and I'm already starting to formulate what's going to happen through my mind. So you've heard me say it in other videos, I like to start where the hair is going to be the shortest, and I don't think it's going to be any shorter than what it is already in the front. So I'm going to start here in the front. So I'm actually going to start in the front to the side. So we'll see how this goes. This could be epic, or it might not be. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
I'm just standing behind now. I've gone from diagonal back to horizontal, just to cross check. So the idea is to have this here quite tight and then have some softness down here. We spoke before we started about making sure we don't cut it so the hair sticks out. So once I dry this, I'll go back, scissor over comb, and we'll just make it that little bit tighter. But I'm almost into the center here in the back. So just working back in behind the ear, making sure that it's nice and tight. Just really emphasize this beautiful neck. I said to Manuella before that we started filming, I thought to myself, she looked a little bit different, and what was different is she was wearing a turtleneck top that was actually covering all this, because the photos that I've seen of her actually looked like she had quite a long neck. So I want to actually show that off because I think this is really nice. Rather than just pull out a pair of clippers and run them up the back of someone's head, I thought I'd demonstrate some really good scissor over comb, show how you can create shape that's customized. It's really easy to just pick up a pair of clippers sometime and just do that. And I'm actually going in really short and then coming out quite quickly. So if I spin it to the side, you'll actually see I'm starting to produce like graduation there, because even if the hair's short, you can still actually create real elaborate shapes. You don't have to just run it up the scalp and then it just looks like someone's head shape. It's not very special. I think you can be a bit more clever and, you know, really bring it out quite sudden. We'll leave some of that there so we can show off the shape of the haircut. I'm sectioning a rectangle out of the top because I actually am going to use this section to diffuse what I've done underneath. I'm not quite sure how yet, but what I do know is I don't want to cut it, so it's important to take it out. I'm going to keep working on this section, making sure that this all sits in nice and tight. So I'm not going to go back to that top section until this is all done and I'm happy with it. Sort of really polish up this part of the haircut. I want to get it to like 90% done, and then we'll soften with some texture right at the end, which will be the last 10%.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend?
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have this sort of working with fringe, and I said it from the start that I was going to start from where the hair's the shortest, which is why I'm trying to work into this front element. And we're almost there now. Now I can start to work backward. It requires a lot of concentration to do this, and a very patient client, because there's not a lot of conversation that goes on. I don't know if you can see, but if you have a look at my hand, the hair that I'm taking off is literally a millimeter at a time. It's tiny little shards of hair, and you can only do that scissor over comb, and you have to, you know, just have to really concentrate. The last thing I need to do is to put a hole in this, and then it's all for nothing. I may as well have just got a clipper and just did exactly what I said I didn't want to do, and that's just use the number 2 and just run it up the side of the head. Beautiful. I reckon that's 90% done there. Now we'll clean up around here later, and then we're going to adjust the length of this too. Even though I reckon that's sort of super cool like that. Probably editorial, like if we're doing some sort of photographic work, that would be super cool. I don't know if you can see the side profile there, but you see how beautiful and soft it is when we use clippers. I mean scissors versus clippers. It doesn't look hard. Then we just need to make this side look the same. Probably not as easy as what you think, because when you're using a clipper, it's mechanical, it's consistent. As human beings, it's very, very hard for us to be robotic, but I'm going to give it a crack. Got nothing to lose, right? Except a bit of hair.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I thought what was she'd say that was a bad joke.
Yeah, it was a bad joke.
This softness here in the temple on this side is already shorter than the other side. But they're going to be much shorter than this. Because although I think it looks really good now, this needs to wear for at least 6 to 8 weeks, and in 6 to 8 weeks they'll be down here, which might not look so good. I said before, it's really, really difficult to be able to make this perfectly identical to the other side, because it takes a lot of practice. Because when you're using a clipper, the clipper is the clipper, it doesn't change. But obviously we have to make sure that we're, especially when we're freehand cutting like this, like the comb isn't even resting against Manuela's head, it's actually free from her scalp. And I'm relying on just, I guess it's just skill to be able to try and make it look as close to the other side as I can. And when I mean as close to, I mean exactly the same. I've now finished the sides and I've made these a little bit shorter. Obviously I didn't buzz them, they were quite long. I showed you that. Basically I just picked them up a little bit at a time until I was happy, and then eventually I went over scissor over comb and made sure that they were still soft but shorter, because I don't want them to grow out really poorly. As I said, if you wanted to do something that was a little bit more creative, you could have left them, I guess. But we're all about making sure these are commercially wearable haircuts that grow out really well. Face like that, you probably could have shaved your head, Manuella. Okay, onto the top. Let's just give that a spritz. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the hair on the top to just diffuse the front and the sides. I'm going to blend it in a little bit more than what it is though. Come around to the side again so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'll just comb it to the side. You can see where the crown goes naturally. So just make sure this length's right. Over direct it so I don't create the hair that's going to stick up. Just bring everything back to this. Not going to cut it too short. We're going to texturize this hair until it diffuses the sides and the front to our liking. Like I've done in previous videos, I like to stand to the side to control how gradual or how steep this is towards the front. I think that's pretty cool. Now we need to blast this dry. And then we're just going to slice this and texturize it all in, just so it diffuses through the top here. It's looking pretty good. What do you think?
I like it.
You look hot, it's good. I think this way is your side though, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this way it's going to be cool. I can just have that coming down and just soften it that way. The top's dry, and you can see why it's really important. When we had the clips in there, it was obviously had like dried around the clips. You can see how beautiful that is just falling over the top. So what we're going to do is just go in here, crocodile, you've seen me use it before, and we're just going to gently point cut. Don't be scared if you get some of that long hair in there. Just going to diffuse that in. See until you hit the side a little bit nice and still. Close your eyes, darling. We spoke about making sure it was soft. So I even want that hair that's underneath there to be softer as well. And then, I like how this goes that way, so what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to blend this in using the Crocs. I'm going to come around this way so you can see actually. I'm going to blend this in this way. So I'm going to bring this over, so when we push this, it's all going to blend through the top. Just again, horizontal graduation. Because we're texturizing it, this is not a precision thing. We just want to make sure that if the hair falls over here, that it's blended. What also does is it goes short to long, so it actually naturally wants to push the hair over the face. As we've done in previous videos, we're just going to freehand texturize through the top, making sure we keep the length, but we just want to have a much more free-flowing shape on the top. Just pop your head forward for me, gorgeous. Thanks. Just through the ends. We just want to create some texture. Don't want to cut into the shape. This is not to disguise bad scissor over comb. This is just to create texture. So if you're going through your scissor over comb and you're not happy with how it's sitting, don't grab a pair of thinning scissors or texturizing scissors and try and fix it that way. Go back through and actually, you know, redo it. Don't go through hoping this hides. This is just for, I use these for hair that I can't, you know, grab between my fingers, or if I want to create a more aggressive, dramatic type of texture on the top. Otherwise it would be straight blades and point cutting. Super cute. I like it going this way. Like I did on the other side, just want to make sure that this has a flow and it has to have intent, so it doesn't look like it's just sort of an afterthought. So again, just use some horizontal graduation, so if that comes forward, you can see that it blends through there. Even if we sweep it that way, when it comes forward, you want to make sure that that's transitioning here in through the top. Nice, let's dry it off, get all the hair off you, and then we're going to put some product in it. Shape's done. You could probably get away with wearing it like this, just with no product in it. I think if you wanted it to be smooth, it'd be fine, but we're going to enhance it using some matte definer. Can you help me with this? Just like bring your hands out. So just take about this much and put in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Yep, palm to palm, rub it together like this. And I just want you to really gently just run your hand through your hair. I don't want you to just go bang and just smack it on top. I want you to really just spin you around so you can watch yourself. I want you, no, you're flattening it. I want you to literally lift it up and get some air. Yeah, because we can flatten it after. I want you to get some air in there. Let's see how you do it.
Okay.
Probably need a little bit more. Maybe I didn't give you enough. So put this in there. And we just want to just sort of lift it out. So we've got some texture.
Ooh.
So you don't, it's not my intention for you to wear it up like this. It's about getting the product in underneath. Though you probably could wear it like this if you wanted. Want to do something a little bit more crazy and funky. This is more about creating separation so we can see the texture in your haircut, and so that actually gives you some volume, some height on the top. So if I spin you back around, although it looks super cool to have it flat, it's just about getting some air in it and getting it up off your scalp a little bit. Feed around this way. Look in there. And if you do it this way, that's cool too. Just loosen it a little bit. I don't want it to be so stuck. That looks great. Finish it off with some style fixer so it doesn't move too much. Just a bit of detail. What do you think?
I like it, it's so cool.
Yeah, I think it really works. I mean, you're so beautiful. You could have your hair. Probably could shave it, but I think.
No, but it looks much better than shaved.
Yeah, I think it's about making sure we've got good shape, and then you don't want it to be flat and just like a ball. So I like the fact that it's got some height in the back, and it's a little bit different, a bit funky.
Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. Cut. Do you want you to say what you just said again? I mean, the camera's rolling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you like it?
I love it.
What do you like about it?
I like that you cannot see the sections because it's blended, and I like that it's soft, so it's not a very heavy fringe. I like it a lot.
Look really good.
Thank you.
Again, things that I do when I'm cutting ladies' hair, again, I just cut this as short as I could with scissors. I didn't want to go and make it quite hard. It's all scissor over comb. The thing that I love about doing scissor over comb on my clients is that if they were to go somewhere else, anyone can get a clipper with maybe a number 2 on it and just run it up the side. They could probably get close to doing it like this, but the thing that it tells your clients is you've taken the time to do it with the scissors and the comb, and it makes it really custom and personal. And I think you just get a softer result, especially when you're going short like that. Previous videos I've done, you see me use the clippers. So if you go back and have a look, even though it's the same length, you can see it's actually softer. Just the scissor leaves it feeling a little bit and looking a little bit softer. I like how this is undercutting here, but again, using the texture, it's allowed us to blend it in. You get that height up the top there, it's blended in through the side. Crown's cool, you can get some height in it. Really suits your face.
Thank you.
Go back and have a look at the start of this video and then compare it to now.
Much better.
Yeah, you look good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us again today, guys. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone you think might benefit from that. Please go and follow me on Instagram. No one does, and I think you should. My Instagram is lame. And don't forget to go and follow Manuella. Do you want to share that Instagram? Do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
Say it and they'll go and follow you.
How are they gonna? My name is very hard to spell.
Just say your username.
So it's Manuella RX.
Just Manuella RX.
It's
ITS Manuella RX at. Done. Go and follow her. So tell her how much you love her short hair.
Thank you.
Looks great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Cool. See you next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in.